Hey, happy day 24, and welcome to Emotional Soap Day. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, it's our Get Up and Go challenge. Our challenge to do one fun thing every day. Not one fun thing every day. It's fun, yeah, it's fun. But one thing every day to ingrain the soap framework into our subconscious, into our normal way of doing things. And we're going to run through, and it's going to be a challenge to see how quickly I can do this, the emotional soap. Remember, we've got the 7 areas and aspects of our life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, and relationships and contribution. We've done the soap framework 4 days for physical, financial, and relationships. And now I want to make sure that we run through at least one example for each of the other areas. So today, since it's getting to be the holidays and they tend to be very emotional, I thought we'd start with emotional. I'm going to give you a tool for each of the letters, each of the steps of our framework, and I'm going to run through an example as quickly as I possibly can. Now, emotional soap. S, I'm going to grab my magnifying glass and tell you what our tools are. Our tools are Rampage of Desire. Remember, soap stands for soap. The S in soap stands for story or situation. So we want to say, what is our emotional situation? So we want to say, what is it now? And then what do we want it to be? What is our current situation? And what do we want it to be? And our tool today is the Rampage of Desire. We're going to focus on what we want, which is what we always want to do, right? Not focus on what is and the past, because the past is what's created what is, but what are we going to do throughout the application of the soap framework to move us toward exactly what we want, our Rampage of Desire. Our Rampage of Desire is just thinking of all of the reasons why, really, that you want something, and then just rampaging about the details and how you want the situation and the story to be. What do you want your story to be with respect to your emotions? Then we're going to explore the options of what's possible for us with respect to our emotions. How do we want to handle our emotions? And the tool is our emotional guidance system. We all are equipped with, inside us, believe it or not, a guidance system that helps us know what our emotions are. And when we know what our emotions are, we know what to do next. We always know what to do next because we always want to reach for a better feeling emotion, an emotion that feels better to us. Then we want to take action. We want to be able to take action based on our emotions, but that move us toward the direction we want to feel with our emotions. And for that, our tool is the fast, easy, what can I do right now position. What is the fastest thing I can do right now to either change or enhance the emotion that I'm feeling right now? If we're feeling a good emotion, we want to continue to feel it or feel even better. If we're feeling a bad or negative or painful emotion, we probably want to reduce that and not have that be impacting us, at least not impacting the actions that we're taking, because negative emotions don't move us toward what it is that we want. And then finally, our progress. The P for our soap framework for emotional is what are we going to do to, again, continue to move toward what we want and away from what we don't want? And the tool I like to think of there is affirmations. Affirmations, I am statements, are such a powerful way to actually focus in on what we want to exist in our lives. So what's an example of this? In the past, I've used the COVID pandemic, because there's a lot of fear, doubt, worry, and anxiety going around, and frustration over the COVID pandemic and the COVID and the handling of it. Or in America right now, politics is another area that people are very emotional about. But today I'm going to use, since it's the holidays, and whether you're getting together or not, depending on your area and situation with COVID, you might be dealing with the traditional family gathering challenges, and every family is different, of course, but my family, like everyone else, tends to have drama. So if there's drama or family challenges or interactions or triggers and things that happen in your family, or if you're isolated and spending the holiday alone, both of those are extremes of situations that you might actually be facing right now. Well, how can you use this soap framework to deal with that? Well, what's our current situation? S, what story am I telling myself about my current situation? Maybe it's that I'm getting together with a small group of my family members, but one of them always trips my trigger, always is an instigator and gets on my case. I know that that's the current story, and it's what I can probably expect through this holiday season as well. But what do I want my situation to be? What do I want my story to be about dealing, maybe just work through it with this particular person? And in your mind, do a Rampage of Desire about how I want my interactions with this particular person to go during the holiday season. Well, what are your options? Now, you know that they trip your trigger and they trigger you in the negative emotions. You know, there's this whole scale of emotional guidance system, which I have covered, and you can find it by searching this page or the group page, the private group page. There's some workups and detailed discussions of all of these tools, but the emotional guidance system as well. But what are our options? So you can think about, well, what are the different ways I have and that I could possibly have of dealing with this particular person? I'm going to obviously run with this example. So I'm going to, think of ways that I could deal with this person. Well, maybe I go for a walk in the park. Maybe I leave. Maybe I go get a drink. Maybe not. That's not a positive way. Maybe I bring other people into a conversation. Maybe I change the direction of the conversation. There's all kinds of things that we can do to make ourselves feel better in that particular situation. And there's always the shield of protection. With certain people, I just put my guard up, my shield of protection, my invisible shield of protection, of course. And no matter what they say, what was the saying when we were kids? I am rubber, you are glue, whatever you throw at me bounces off me and sticks to you. I think something like that. And that's actually still a very viable option when dealing with difficult, challenging people. So what's our action? What action are we going to take? And I think we explored some of the possibilities in our options brainstorm and between our rampage of desire and our emotional guidance system. What are some things we could possibly do? We can pick one of those things. We want to do something fast and easy, right? So maybe we say, oh, excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. I mean, I've used that works sometimes. Or ask them questions about themselves and get them talking about themselves. When people are talking about themselves, they're not spending their time and energy instigating or causing problems for you. So we want to pick something. Our tool is fast and easy. What's something fast and easy that I can do right now to change how I feel about the situation? And usually if you've got somebody talking about themselves, you find something that you have in common and you get curious, and it improves the relationship. So P for progress. What are we going to do to get progress in the area of our emotional health and our emotional well-being in a holiday type situation where we are interacting with somebody that we don't love interacting with? Well, we can use affirmations that remind us who we are, whether this person agrees with it or believes it or not. We know who we are. They don't know who we are. They only ever see the tip of the iceberg. And some of the biggest instigators are people that we only see maybe once or twice a year. And with COVID, we haven't seen people hardly at all. So that is a really quick run through of applying the SOAP framework to the emotional aspect of our life. And it's really quick. If you'd like a couple of more examples, they are in the group and the page as well. You can just in the search bar in the left-hand column of your Facebook group or page, go ahead and just type in emotional SOAP and you'll get more examples, or I'd be glad to cover more examples. If you have a specific example of an emotional challenge that you're facing, just put it in the comments below and I will run through a possible SOAP scenario. Remember, the power in all of this is you applying it to yourself, because we all come to the situation with different levels of experience. And so how I apply and see things and think of things and pull things from my toolbox and my experiences is going to be different than how you do. And that's what's so powerful about this process. All right, have an amazing day. I will be with you tomorrow. And I think we're going to go through either spiritual or mental. Haven't decided yet. Have an awesome day. Bye. Take care.